Hi, this is Eric from TriTech, and I'm just here today to talk to you about Scrumy. Specifically, we'll be looking at how Scrumy can be used by a teacher to manage all the different projects going on in her classroom, or to use Scrumy to manage all the different aspects of a large project inside her classroom. And using Scrumy, she will not only know how each project is moving along, she will also know what each student has done and how each student is moving towards completion of the project. The first one we'll be taking a look at is multiple projects running in the same classroom. So in this instance, we have 4 different groups, and each one has a different project that they are working on. The teacher has a number of different options. The first option is to make this board available to all of the students. The students would be moving the tasks along their storyline as they work on it. In that way, as Jerry, John, Jill, and Jordan determine the tasks required, such as cut out letters, they would assign that to any one of the students. So in this case, it would be Jerry. So Jerry will be responsible for cutting out the letters. So they create a post-it with the task, and each task is given to one of the different people. They may create another one which talks about background, and that is going to be assigned to John. As the students accomplish their task, they grab their own post-it, and while they're working on it, it's in progress. When it is being verified by somebody, either a project manager in the group or by the teacher, it's in the verify column, and that person can move it to the done column when it is done. This would be one option. The group moves their own post-its. Another method would be for the teacher to meet with each one of the different groups at the beginning to determine the tasks. And the teacher would be creating all the different post-its. And the child would be working on whatever their aspect is. So Jerry would be told by the teacher, you need to cut out all the letters. When he's working on it, it goes here. When Jerry says he's done, the teacher would be the one moving it across. Either way, at any time, the teacher can look at her Scrumy project board and determine what each kid is doing at any time. The first way, where the students move their own post-its, does allow an opportunity for the teacher to give formative assessment to each one of the groups as well by simply adding her own post-its. So when John is working on the background and is unsure of the color, perhaps when he's working on it, he suggests he wants to make it to be purple. And so he's thinking that, he runs it over to in progress. The teacher could say, I don't think that's a good idea with her own post-it, or she could work right on his own. Maybe orange? And for feedback, and then the teacher would be able to make suggestions as they go. So in this way, there are 4 groups, 4 different projects. Each one would be able to, the teacher would be able to keep track with a visual interface. And she can use any web-enabled device, whether that is an iPad or a tablet, a Mac or a PC, or even a cell phone. Another option is if the class is actually together working on one large project, such as in this case. In this case, the project put in front of the class was to create an interactive room-sized display all about ergonomics. So the class broke themselves into different groups, and one of the groups is working on chairs, the proper chair for ergonomics, another one on lighting, another one keyboards, mice, and monitors, and so on. These are the different aspects the class has decided that they are going to use for their large demonstration for parents at a celebration of learning. The class and the teacher will be determining all of their different tasks, and as those tasks are being moved along the timeline towards being done, the teacher will have access to all of that as well as all of the different students. The nice thing for the teacher is that at any time, again, like with the other board, you can offer formative assessment. You can check anytime, anywhere to see where your students are on their project, what they need in order to accomplish it successfully, and how you can be beneficial to them to scaffold their learning. What's really great about Scrumy is it is this simple to use. It's a very easy to use interface. Children generally do not need a lot of instruction on how to use it. And especially with this board, the students are learning in a social community. By collaboratively working not only on their own storyline, but on an entire project board, the students share in all of that learning. They have greater ownership in it because they are working together on it. Thank you for listening. I hope that Scrumy is very helpful to you.